Travis Wayne Goodsell, we got breaking news. Governor Cox has been excommunicated from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Governor Cox, Mormon, direct descendant of the Danite who helped frame and blame Joseph Smith and get him put in Liberty Jail in 1838. Fired and excommunicated from his job as governor of the state of Utah. Or he should be. It has now been exposed by Valhalla. Is Loki involved? Loki, if you're listening, can you hook me up with your female counterpart? Just asking. Like an intro. YouTube recommended a video from Valhalla VFT. Is Nelson there? Does Nelson get to go there? I sure hope so. Because he's my hero. I'm going to miss doing videos about him. To put it short, Charlie Kirk was assassinated here in Utah at the UVU. The official at a court hearing by the prosecution. So they can't lie, thus they'd be perjuring themselves. Ooh, naughty. You can get fired and removed from the bar for perjury in a court of law, especially when it's malicious intent to frame an innocent person of a crime they didn't commit. Shut down in flames. I already told you. I already knew all this. You're not listening to me. Other people know. Because I see there's 2 other channels that likewise know. Secret's out, Cox. You're busted. You busted. You framed and blamed a fellow Mormon to cover your ass. Bastard. So, Valhalla is just a guy doing videos. He's a social media influencer. He is hearing from other social media influencers. He correctly understands this. But he is trusting that the other social media influencers are acting on good faith, that they're not trying to come out and lie. And so he's going over what they are claiming, which harmonizes with each other. And so that's also something that I'm impressed with Valhalla with, is that he understands hearsay of hearsay, and that he understands pattern matching, that in the lies you can discover the truth. So that impressed me. So, according to the matching pattern, there was an autopsy done. I would be horrified if there wasn't. They're going to court with this. This is for the death penalty. They kind of need an autopsy. This can't just be a character assassination of a person that Governor Cox doesn't like because he's not paying tithing as a trans Antifa. But that's how it turned out. That the whole case is based upon having found out about Tyler's life and how they disapprove of it, and so they're claiming that that's why he did it. All the evidence that they've claimed to have obtained from the crime scene has been falsified. Perjury. somebody's going to lose their job and lose their license to practice and be removed from the bar. He's Mormon too, isn't he? The prosecutor. Oops. 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 But what I've been telling you the whole time, because I saw the shooting, it was all over the internet. I saw the one other college student who thought he was going to mock Charlie Kirk by pointing out where he got shot as a reenactment of it. The whole world who saw the footage, because the news wouldn't do it, and thus the news never reported it. They only reported what the Mormons in Utah, who were covering the investigation, told them to say. Is that the trajectory was not over there. It's over there. Wrong building. But Valhalla goes over the science of the hearsay of the hearsay. Because in the lie, you find the truth. I've been going over this with you for Heber C. Kimball concerning Masonry. He lied. The whole thing is a lie. But in the lie, you see exactly what the truth is. Exactly. I'm not redoing that video. And so, the pattern matching of the claims is that he was struck in the C2 vertebrae. Right here. Right here. Exactly where I said it was. Because I saw the tape. And I showed you the pictures because I wasn't going to show you the video of the kill shot. Unbelievable. So yes, they didn't find DNA at the rifle in the forest until after he turned himself in and provided them with DNA at the jail. Then all of a sudden, magically, DNA appears. Yeah, the whole thing is a scam and a fraud. A cover-up by Governor Cox. And trying to frame and blame Kash Patel. Just because he's got lazy eye. I don't know if I can do lazy eye. There were kids in high school who used to show the trick about how they can move one of their eyes and the other one stays still. I'm not sure. I never tried it in front of a mirror, so I don't know if I was able to do it. But nonetheless, yeah. Fox News has exposed the timeline as fraudulent. Candace Owens likewise exposed the timeline, doesn't fit. Couldn't have happened the way that the prosecution is claiming that Governor Cox reported. And all the people who had to change their testimony to fit the narrative from the hearing. Even the police chief. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of evil Mormons in the state of Utah who are covering up and hiding for the actual shooter. He got away. That is the big story in all of this. That there was an official assassination, a hit on Charlie Kirk. This was professional. To make that kind of a shot, you have to be a professional. A professional assassinated Charlie Kirk. Not some punk kid who never even shot a gun, who just got it as a gift from a grandpa. But is not the actual one that was originally reported, or the one that was presented in the hearing. That now all of a sudden has DNA. Whole thing is a scam, guys. Whole thing is a scam. The real assassin got away. So yes, like I said, there was that report of the plane that took off soon thereafter, and nobody bothered to investigate. Nobody bothered to search for the actual shooter. They were able to get somebody to turn themselves in because they said, does anybody recognize this guy? And then daddy, and then, oh, whoops, wait a minute. No, it was mother who turned him in. And now they're claiming it was merged together. They both did. They both hate their son. But that's the disturbing thing in Utah. And I've heard it too many times by Mormons. If you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear. No. In an authoritarian religion or government or society, if you've done nothing wrong, you've got everything to fear. They will frame and blame you even unto murder. Because they did it to me, or tried. So free Tyler. He's innocent. You'll also see from the thumbnail picture from Valhalla, that is going to be the thumbnail picture, that he shows how the claims can't be true if it comes from the Luze building rather than the Fugel building, I've been telling you, is because you'll notice the trajectory that he puts in there. Yeah, it goes through the jaw. He wasn't shot through the jaw. Anybody who saw the video knows this. Shot in the neck. Shot in the neck. He whiplashes. And then he falls. He was an assassin. So yeah, he exposes that the guys aren't telling the truth, but in so doing he reveals that C2, yes, is the location, the wrong trajectory. So good job for Valhalla on this one.